I'm Dani Folquet, and welcome to PM Magazine. We're all off to Atlantic City for a night of gambling, shows, and a lot of fun. And the show we're going to see tonight is called Boardwalk Magic at Resorts International. Have you ever wondered what it takes to become a showgirl? Well, on tonight's PM Magazine, we're going to go behind the scenes and meet 22-year-old Doreen Tinsman to find out how today's showgirls have really changed. But now here's Mike to tell you what's on the rest of tonight's show. Wait for me!
Thanks, Dani. Hi, I'm Mike Siri here on Mulberry Street in Little Italy, where they've gotten a jump on things by putting up their Christmas decorations a bit early. On tonight's PM Magazine, a story from Big Italy, and a couple who's gotten a jump on making their family by having sextuplets. And in our PM Magazine departments tonight, resident plant expert Jerry Baker shows the right way to clean your plants. Captain Carrot gives us 7 good habits for better health, and New York's very own Darcy Lubart finds a really unusual place for ice cream in City Island.
Up we travel along, singing our song, side by side. Give yourselves a hand. We're all off to Atlantic City, New Jersey. It's sort of become the Las Vegas of the East Coast. Why do you go there?
Because I like to gamble.
She likes to gamble. How about you?
I like to see the sugar babies.
The sugar babies or the showgirls. Well, we have a treat for you tonight because we're going to go and see the show at Resorts International called Boardwalk Magic. And we're going to go behind the scenes and meet a real live showgirl. Now, showgirls have changed over the years, so you're going to be in for a surprise. We're going behind the scenes in the dressing room, and we'll meet 22-year-old Doreen Tinsman and find out how they've changed.
Ladies and gentlemen, Resorts International Casino proudly presents another Tibor Rudas production, Boardwalk Magic.
Atlantic City, New Jersey is fast becoming a hotspot on the East Coast. And like Las Vegas, people come from all over the world to see the bright lights, the high-rolling casinos, and the shows. Some come to gamble, and others are there to see the beautiful showgirls. But times are changing. It used to be a showgirl was a long-legged beauty who just had to stand there and look pretty. Well, no longer. Now the audience demands more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, jump 2, 3, 4, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, boom.
22-year-old Doreen Tinsman from New Brunswick, New Jersey, has been a showgirl in Atlantic City for 2 years, but she's been a dancer since she was 3 years old.
When anybody asks me if I'm a showgirl, I say, no, I'm a dancer. Showgirls used to just be about 5'10" and prance around stage and look beautiful and no sweat, no heartaches, just dented heads from the headpieces. Now it's all dancing with the headpieces and well, now it's acrobats also. You have to be a trained dancer or a trained acrobat now to be a showgirl.
It's very important, that last head back move. That's where the applause comes.
Ron Walker, one of the choreographers for the show, works with the girls every day on their routines, and he expects more than just a nice physical appearance.
You have to have a certain life and vitality, or it won't carry over to the people in the back in a 1,700-seat theater. They'll miss it. With Doreen in particular, we use her extremely qualified dancing ability along with her good looks. That's why you'll see she's in front.
Ron says that even though the show opened weeks ago and the girls know the routines, they still hold practices 2 times a day. And sometimes that adds up to 16 hours of dancing every day.
The really driven dancers like Doreen and Sue Scanella, our line captain, they do a very clean show every show. You don't have to drive them. The other ones, by nature, we are all lazy by nature. We just as soon stay home in bed. Well, your body wants to do that, but the customer doesn't want to see that, and that's what we're here for, to make sure they give their all.
Doreen has been dancing in recitals and shows since she was a tot. And to make it in a show in Atlantic City, she had to go through audition after audition after audition. Well, in this production, there are acrobats, dancers, and actresses. And Doreen does it all because she holds a swing position.
That's where you step in when anybody's sick, injured, hurt. You have to learn everybody's routine, everybody's spots, everybody's places. Like the reason why I'm in a lot of the numbers right now is because one girl broke her arm the day before the opening, so I jumped right in and I was able to open the show. It's a lot more fun because the show runs for about 2 years, and this way you don't get bored with doing the same thing over and over again, different positions you can do.
An hour before each show, the girls are busy putting on their makeup. And backstage, there's a lot of hustle and bustle going on as they get wigs and costumes ready for the show. Since the costumes are rather, shall we say, skimpy, Doreen says your figure is very important, and that means always worrying about weight. But as time draws near for the production, Doreen is thinking about other things.
I feel you have a better performance when you're more relaxed. If somebody that you know that's out there, you usually get a little bit more nervous. Like my parents were out there, and they got, I was a little bit more nervous than I usually am.
Doreen's parents are very supportive of her career, even though they will admit that the costumes can be a little bit overwhelming, especially for Dad.
She was worried about her dad seeing her in a G-string on stage. She said she was going to bring her feathers down and cover her hiney, and she didn't do it. But after the show, she went up to him and she said, "Well, what do you think, Dad?" And he says, "Oh, I think the show's great." And she says, "No, what about me with the costumes?" And he just looked at her and said, "You look terrific, baby." So she said, "Well, my father says it's okay, and that's just fine."
5 minutes, everyone. 5 minutes. Time.
Just minutes before the curtain opens, the girls are checking any last-minute changes and then positioning themselves backstage for the opening number. The audience sees a different side of the performance, the smiles and what seems like effortless dancing, but the girls are thinking about other things.
First thing that goes through my mind when the curtain opens is hold my stomach in and smile. Of course, you're always thinking about this move's supposed to be sharp, this hip's supposed to be here, this foot's here, and watch with your headpiece. Don't tilt it this way, don't hold your head this way, or else your feathers are going to fall down in your face.
The dancing can be pretty tiring, but Doreen finds that the audience is a great help in maintaining her enthusiasm.
What I usually try to do is, when I'm out there, I look at somebody in the audience who's really enjoying themselves and really likes the show, and it gets me up, it gets me smiling more. I know I feel I do a better performance when there's someone there that's enjoying the show.
With the many hours of dancing night after night, you'd think that Doreen might want to pursue something else. But dancing is her first and only love.
When there's people out there and they're clapping for you, to me, that's the best high on life that you can get, when there's people that are out there looking at you, when you're performing and they're enjoying you. You can't describe it, you have to feel it.
You're giving something back to them, too.
I hope so.
What did you think of the show?